welcome back to my channel. Today is actually one of my last vlogs that is set in Egypt, so I kind of wanted to break it down into parts and use this vlog to let you know some of the things that made it such a amazing special trip for me. This vlog is set in Siwa, where I ended up spending kind of a bit more time than I expected to because the buses don't run back to Cairo every day. So the first word that I would probably use to describe my time in Egypt would be adventure. And the example in this video would be that I went out into the Sahara Desert, into the Great Sand Sea. On my way to the desert with Duncan. Where are you?
Hey.
You have to get permission from the military before you actually enter the desert, so that's what we're doing now.
A good thing to get the permission, so basically the main thing is we're letting them know we're going out there. Because if we don't let them know we're going out there, they might think we're smugglers on the way to Libya, and the stories are that these smugglers, some of them have got blown up in the sky, so I'm quite glad we're doing permission. So when people say, is it safe here? It's like, it's very safe. It's like being on an island, and if any boat comes anywhere near it, it will get blown out of the water. So we're on a pretty safe island.
Just not safe for the smugglers, which is understandable.
If you're a smuggler, it's not a good career move at the moment.
Never gonna give you up. I'm never gonna let you go. Never gonna say goodbye, no.
We're going up such big sand dunes, it's really hurt. How does the car not tip over? My god, we're going up such a big hill.
I love the desert very much, and it's really my home. If I don't come for a few days, I get crazy.
Crazy, huh? Majnoon.
Majnoon. If I don't come to the desert, I become Majnoon because I love the desert. This is when I come here, I be in peace. I feel very relaxed.
Yeah. Successful day in the desert, and now we've just watched the sunset. Obviously, when you go to Egypt, another thing is all of the history. An example in this video would be that I went to the Temple of the Oracle. This place has such an amazing story. It's just a little bit outside Siwa, but what's really amazing is that Alexander the Great was right here. He made a voyage here. He was standing right here where I stood, which I love Alexander the Great, study him, so this is just amazing for me right now. Alexander the Great's mother had told him that his true father was not Philip of Macedonia, that his true father was a god, the god Amun, which is kind of the ancient Egyptian highest god. At the time of Alexander the Great, ancient Egypt was not gone, but it was less pharaonic and more Greek now. So this god would have had this long kind of rich history behind him and seemed kind of mythical. People still worshipped him, but it was more of the past and still very powerful, but with this very rich, long history. It was thought that the god Amun had a presence here and would speak to people. So people would make these long voyages out here into the middle of nowhere in the desert to come to the temple and speak to Amun. Alexander the Great walked through here. He would have stopped, stood right here to ask the god a question, because the room right in front of me was blocked off. This room was very, very dark. I'll go in now. Alexander wouldn't have been in here. He would have stood outside. So this room, now it's open because it's in ruins, but originally had a ceiling. It was very, very dark, and people could see nothing in here, but they had little windows, small windows. Those are not how it looked then. Small windows here let in these very, very sharp slants of light. And it was designed so that it would illuminate the statue of Amun's face. It would appear to be magical because it's in the middle of this very dark room and there's just randomly light on the god's face. There was originally a big statue of Amun in here. It has now been taken. So the light would be on the god's face. People would think he's about to speak. They would ask a question. And then up here, no one could see it, but up there is a little alcove where the priests would be sitting, and they would hear the people's questions and answer, and they believed that they were the voice of Amun, so it wasn't really, in their minds, a trick. It was more, we are the voice of the gods, Amun is telling us what to say, and we are answering the people's questions. So, Alexander the Great made a big voyage here, stood right here, stood where I'm standing right now, and faced this way, asked Amun, am I truly your son? Am I the son of a god? And it was kind of a turning point for him. Very special, very meaningful. I'm going through a tunnel here now. Yeah, it's amazing to stand where Alexander the Great has stood. Beyond the Temple of the Oracle are other ruins of civilizations that are a bit later than that time period. A mosque there, later on in history. And there was a village civilization here, Siwa, with the mud bricks like in town. This is Muhammad with me at the Oracle.
Hi.
Delayed hello. What would you ask the Oracle?
Just one piece.
Just want peace.
Yeah, nothing else. Amen.
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 You say, Aiza Amen.
Amen.
Aiza Amen.
Amen. Peace. People would be nice.
Yeah.
This is what I want.
That's so good of you. I don't know what I would ask. It's really hard. At least Alexander came here with a question. He knew what he was about, huh?
Yeah.
I wonder if people would come here in the ancient times and make all this effort to come here to get to the god and ask him one question, and then they'd get here and think, what do I ask? Maybe. Maybe.
Yeah.
Well, amazing place. Thanks for showing me.
You're welcome.
And I guess we go back to the town now to have some tea.
Okay.
Always tea, right? There are all of these tunnels underneath me right now that go miles and miles away. and now they are closed. Can archaeologists go there even? Or nobody?
It's totally closed.
Completely
Nobody
closed.
goes under, yeah.
Now, because Siwa has so much water, an excess of water, the tunnels are most likely filled with water anyway, but even if they weren't, they are completely closed off by the government. No one is allowed to go in them. It's amazing all these things that you hear, because you just realize how many secrets Egypt has. I mean, just a week or two ago, they discovered this enormous room the size of an airplane inside the Great Pyramid. Just now. I mean, Egypt is just so many stories and so many secrets. We don't even probably know all of them. Being at the Oracle kind of leads me to another point that it's a bit hard to put into just one word, but that would be just the sense of discovery and exploration. There's just so much mystery still in Egypt. I still always feel like there's more to be discovered. Even studying the history and even now being there, I do feel like there is so much more of Egypt left to explore and learn about. It's almost like you can never see all of it, always more history to uncover, and that's exciting because it makes you want to go back. Another thing that I would say will probably happen to you if you go to Egypt is that you will make a lot of friends. I made so many friends in Egypt, local friends. It was always really, really easy to meet people in Egypt. Going to go out, walk around Siwa a little bit. Hello! There's these kids calling hello to me a bunch of times. A big part of the culture is to always be having tea together. Everybody would just invite me to have tea with them all the time, even if they didn't know me. I tried to remember. Cheers! Cheers!
Cheers.
Cheers! That tea was so good.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Shukran for the tea.
Welcome.
Bye!
Bye.
Apparently I've been told that the shopkeepers here in Siwa just go from each other's shop to each other's shop having tea, and they kind of forget about selling stuff, which completely makes sense because I'm always wandering into shops and I never see anybody, so that's why they're all just drinking tea and forgetting about work, which is great. Thank you for the tea.
You're welcome. Welcome to Siwa. We try to help the people.
That's good.
Not the business way, in the local way.
That's good. Okay.
Pleasure to meet you.
You too. Maybe I'll see you again tomorrow.
Yeah, inshallah.
Inshallah. Bye.
It's Bedouin tea.
It's Bedouin tea. He offered to make it for me.
My name is Muhammad Gert.
You want to be in the video? Hi. Shukran. But you guys have to wave. Okay, wave. Right now, everybody wants to do a selfie with me. They're getting ready. It's a little fashion getting ready right now with the perfect shawls. They're almost ready. Duncan, what's going on? I didn't know they had to be in such fashion.
Yalla.
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 Another thing that I really loved about Egypt was I felt like it was impossible to be bored, because even just walking down the street, you're gonna see so many interesting things. I'm gonna just walk around the town a little bit. It's so lively and just everything is so interesting at night. Here is somebody's donkey parked outside the store. Whatever I point my camera at is interesting, so can't really go wrong. I stopped at this place where they were making bread. It was just beautiful the way that they made the bread. The guy thought it was a little bit funny that I wanted to film him just making bread, but he was okay with it. Or I got invited into this guy's shop. He was a blacksmith, and it was just absolutely beautiful, like something out of a movie. This guy is so nice, he just invited me into his shop. It's just beautiful what he's doing. His shop is absolutely gorgeous. Shukran. This is just normal, everyday life. You don't have to go on this big adventure like the desert tour to just have an amazing day out exploring. You see these lamps back there? They're made out of salt. Such a great day today, just walking around the town, seeing everything, and having a lot of tea with a lot of people that I've never met before today, and now we're suddenly all friends. That's kind of the way here, it seems. It is cold. Go to bed now. This is one of my last Egypt vlogs, so I was feeling sentimental and I decided to kind of talk a little bit about why exactly I loved it there and why Egypt has become my #1 favorite country. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in Egypt and then somewhere else in the world.